Louise, what are you doing?
It's the Christmas holidays.
I don't care. We've got videos to make.
Well, can we at least do it here? I have Cassandra to get back to.
Yes, we can do it here because this is where we always make videos. That's the same couch with a rug on it. Welcome to our 2018 roundup. Hello and welcome to our 2018 roundup, where we're going to talk about our favourite games of the year, favourite events and favourite Let's Plays that I've won. Louise, have you had a nice year?
Yes, until you talked about the Let's Plays. I've had a great year. Will we start off with talking about our favourite games?
Yeah, or we could make this a 10-minute video about my triumphs, but okay, let's maybe talk about favourite games.
I mean, we could always, our simultaneous triumph at Overcooked's milkshakes was a distinct low point.
Let's never talk about that, that was terrible.
That's a good place to start. Everything goes up from there.
Yeah, so games that you've actually played that you enjoyed, as if we don't already know the answer to this one. Does it begin with A?
Maybe. So, of course, my game of this year is definitely Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I will be honest, before it came out and when it was first announced, I'd spent so long playing Origins. Like, I think we got our sort of totals, we looked at them, it was like 180 hours that I spent playing Assassin's Creed Origins. And I was like, well, I spent a long time in ancient Egypt. Then they announced Odyssey, which was in E3, you know, in June. 4 months before it came out, and it was suddenly like, what's this going to be? What's this going to be like? Why do I need it after I just spent 180 hours? And even from playing it from the first minute, it just felt like they'd done everything differently. It's now that full-blown RPG, which I was cautious about. I didn't know if I'd really particularly like that, but then we had Cassandra, and I mean, who's Alexios? Alexios who now? I am a big fan of Cassandra. But I think everything about that game, I'm still playing it, I'm still wondering, I've done everything, but you know, it's the best thing. So I was initially trepidant, even if you probably didn't hear it when I was at E3 before I went in.
No, I didn't spot any trepidation.
I was initially trepidant until I actually played it, and then it was just the best thing. So it's nice to be predictable, as I was with that. But I think everyone,
it's a different kind of predictable, isn't it? Because you know, obviously you love Assassin's Creed, and the fact that this is a slightly different Assassin's Creed, and you still love it, and you love it for a whole different set of reasons.
Yeah.
Is in itself quite interesting. I think it probably says a bit about the way the series is going, and I think it's growing into areas that you previously weren't that invested in. Like,
but if it does add over encumbrance, I'm out. That's it. If I can't pick up everything, don't do that.
That's so you literally pick up everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I have played Assassin's Creed.
My Cassandra literally has like thousands of pieces of wood, but you need them to upgrade your ship, so it's not.
Yeah, I mean, if you could only.
I mean,
carry
you like
stuff.
ships.
I love ships. I really do love ships. Yeah, and it's weird that it's sort of passed me by, but then Black Flag did as well. So.
Yeah. Oh, you need to play Odyssey.
Yeah, I will.
Need to play Odyssey. What's your favourite game of this year, Matt?
Mine's a bit of a cop-out, really. I mean, I have loads of different games that I think that have stood out to me that I particularly loved. Like sort of chronologically, I think the first game of the year that I absolutely really loved was Vermintide 2, because Warhammer, and I got to be a dwarf, and sort of. I love the dynamic of that game and the way they talk to each other, and it's just Left 4 Dead with giant rats, which is brilliant. But I'm digressing. I think game of the year is Yakuza 0, which that is cheating because it's already been out. But for a PC release, I've been banging on about this for ages, and I wanted Yakuza to come to PC, and finally has. And I guess we're eventually going to get all of them. Not all of them, probably not the sort of. The samurai games that aren't coming out in the West, but maybe, who knows?
Will you replay them all? Is that a thing?
I will replay them all, I will, yeah, definitely, without any shadow of a doubt.
I know that one by one, as they arrive on PC, there will be more videos.
More quizzes!
Sorry.
That's what everyone wants, isn't it? We can talk about the stuff that we've done that we love this year later, but I think that's, you know, people are crying out for more quiz shows inside my head, which you don't understand. It sounded like such a good idea on paper, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
We'll do a Yakuza quiz, and I'll ask lots of silly questions, and you'll laugh, but...
We'll talk about that slightly later.
Yeah,
but are there any games this year that you've looked at and have not had time to play? Because there has been a lot out this year.
Oh, so many. Weirdly, one of the ones that I haven't had time to play is Minute, which is a game in which each...
You only have 1 minute.
Yeah. How have I not found time to play a game?
Not even one playthrough. Not even one run of Minute.
There's loads. The Hex as well, Overdin, which is supposed to be brilliant, and obviously Lucas Pope, Papers, Please. So hopefully over Christmas break, I mean that's what it's for, isn't it?
I mean, I always say that. I say that Christmas break is absolutely for playing games, and then I don't play anything until I come back. January is a good time for games for me.
Right.
January is an absolute great time.
January will be just for work. We'll just be working hard when we come back in January. A new year of games to make excellent content. Can't catch up on the old ones. No.
Well, now that you've
moving forward.
Now that you've happily asked me what I am going to catch up on, I'm going to finish. Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Okay.
So I spent a long time playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but didn't quite finish it. I need to play more of that, and also I need to play a little more Vampire. Quite a lot of vampire, or vampire, as the case may be. But
did we ever establish that?
Whether it was vampire or vampire?
Yeah.
I think I said it in multiple ways.
Okay.
But I think it's vampire.
Anything you've missed completely that you fancy, or?
I mean, I haven't even dabbled in Fallout 76, really.
Okay.
I'm still vaguely intrigued. But I'm trying to think if there's anything I've completely missed. I don't think there is, hugely.
You played all the games.
I'll probably find every single one. I actually, if it's time that could be spent playing 2 Point Hospital,
yeah, I mean that's the other thing, isn't it? It's like, what have you played already that you'll just go back to and play some more? For me, it's Kingdom Come, which I played quite a lot of when it first came out, and I still love because it's just so strange. It's so unlike every other game, and probably more Total War as well. So I think Thrones of Britannia was probably not the most well-received Total War game. I really enjoyed it, and I think you can spend indefinite amounts of time in a Total War game. And there's something quite weirdly Christmassy, I think, about conquering your neighbours.
Oh yeah, festive. That's really festive. I spent a long time playing sim games, so 2 Point Hospital, which I have now forced back upon you, but also Jurassic World Evolution. I love Jurassic World Evolution. Just the idea that for the first time it felt like there's been other things of trying to run a Jurassic Park and it's just not really worked. But the minute you've put you're sort of hatching genomes in the research centre, and you get this amazing cinematic when the dinosaurs come out and then roar, and then you get these nice little messages of like, oh, the emergency shelters are open because obviously someone's escaped again and you need to open them back up. But yes, murdering tourists, or not murdering tourists.
It's not murder if the dinosaurs do it.
No, it's fine. It's definitely not caused by my negligence. Categorically not, no.
So let's talk about something slightly contentious next. Let's talk about Let's Plays. So obviously we have a weekly Let's Play, and we generally try and pick a like a local multiplayer game, often a competitive local multiplayer game.
Yes.
How do we think the sort of the odds are stacking up?
Well, it's a good thing we've probably not. We haven't numbered them.
Next year we'll number them.
We'll number them. We've not done enough
like
this year.
Because
the ranking at the moment might have you edging slightly in front. Not that I haven't had some excellent victories, such as in our first Let's Play when we did was it Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered?
Yes, it was. Yeah, remastered.
Remastered.
I realise when I say that, it doesn't sound any different.
Remastered for me, remastered for this.
Yes.
And we were playing for the first time, and you just destroyed something and got something like 55,000, and I was going around literally just hitting this one building with a hammer, and it just wasn't doing anything, and my score was sitting at around, I seem to think around about 1,000. And something with 6 seconds to go, you turned and said, I think you'll find that I have 55,000. But what you didn't know was that the method among my madness had been to knock out all the support struts. I'd definitely done this on purpose.
Wait a minute, was that you?
I definitely did this on purpose.
Unbelievable.
Definitely did this on purpose. And just as the clock ticked down to 0, the entire building collapsed around us, and I won. 6 seconds left to go. Okay, it's probably fine.
Oh, it's coming down. Oh, there you go. Oh, no way.
Yes. Slow and steady wins the race.
Happy memories. It does absolutely
that
serve me right.
That was the last time that there was.
I'm sure you've won
such
some
a
in
resounding
between.
victory.
And also, I think we have to point out that you've been the one that's driven a lot of these games, especially with things like Transference, which I didn't want to play because it looked scary.
It was so scary.
Brilliant though. Like that's one of the games I forgot when we were talking about games of the year. That's a particularly interesting horror game. I think that did a few things quite differently. And yeah, in terms of local games, like. I think Pummel Party was quite a pleasant surprise.
Great. Joggernauts was really fun.
Joggernauts was so hard.
Joggernauts was so hard, but I think my desperate question of can we stop? And you just turned and said, it's Joggernauts. Can we stop jogging? I don't think we can we?
It's called Joggernauts. It's not Walkernauts.
But yeah, so the principle of this was literally just pressing one button to switch back and forth between them. You just had one button.
Yeah. So forgive me, you were asking if you could stop running. Like
yes, I did ask if we could stop running.
Stand still and
can we just take a minute, guys? Can we just stop and work out who has to press the button
between
next?
every single obstacle, just stop and think about what comes next. Yeah.
I also really liked Overcooked in Space.
Catastronauts.
Not what you wanted to call it.
Castronauts. It's the thing I occasionally sometimes accidentally called.
No, Catastronauts was great.
It was
Despite
really
the
good.
fact that everything was on fire, it all looked really nice. You were kind of being destroyed by this off-screen alien presence and desperately trying to fix things and fire rockets. I really liked that.
That's one of the things that is quite interesting about doing these multiplayer games is that quite often, in case you couldn't tell, it's quite often the first time that we play them when we play them for the Let's Plays. And that was definitely an example of like, are we doing this right? Should we be able to see what we're firing at? But that kind of, I think it adds an element of frisson and danger to every
you wouldn't want us to be practiced.
No, absolutely not.
You'd never want us to be practiced.
Maybe next year we should do some games where one of us is practiced, so we have like I don't know if such a game exists, but like, a game that you're more familiar with, you can sort of teach me the ropes and...
I could teach you how to play Assassin's Creed properly.
You could. I could teach you how to play... Total War? No, I don't think so.
Just let us know in the comments below what you'd like us to teach each other to play, and we'll see how that goes. If enough of you say we could try it.
I think teach is probably, we're using that term quite loosely.
Well, I taught you how to murder everyone in Hitman.
You did? Well, yeah, you do play that quite differently to how I play it. Oh, this looks... Not now!
Let's go!
What did they do?
They did. It was the mechanics. They absolutely did. There was the button was right there. I mean, what are you going to do? There's a giant red button. You're automatically going to push it.
Spoken like someone whose car has recently gone in for an MOT.
And it's been another big year in terms of events and brand new Logitech G releases. This year alone, we've hit E3, Gamescom, PAX East and the Brazil Game Show, and caught up with the team to chat about the G512 carbon mechanical gaming keyboard, the G305 Lightspeed gaming mouse, and the introduction of the brand new G Hub for the ultimate personalisation of your gear. We've also seen the release of the Pro Wireless Gaming Mouse for the ultimate wireless gaming experience, and the G560 LightSync speakers mean our setups will never look quite the same again. And it's also been an incredible year for accessible gaming, with Logitech G aiding in the development of Microsoft's Xbox Adaptive Controller. Oh, and we've also had the Pro Gaming headset and a host of esports professionals using Logitech G gear while taking part at some of the most prestigious gaming events in the world.
So there's one more thing that we should potentially discuss, I think, and that's our favourite things that we've made on the channel this year. Or maybe least favourite things is a more accurate description. Anything
I was
stand out
tied to a chair for our Halloween video.
I mean,
in case you were ever wondering, perhaps those ropes aren't actually ropes. Maybe they're just pretend ropes. Maybe Louise is not fastened to a chair. I was fastened to a chair.
Suffering for your art.
Yes.
It's very noble.
To the point that while we were shooting, a manager of mine looked through a doorway and thought, he's got her tied up. Don't know what that is, and off he walked. That's what happened.
Didn't intervene.
No, didn't intervene. Knew it was for the good of the channel. But
we
yes.
are breaking the fourth wall here in that, technically it was the Yeti's fault and I had nothing to do with it.
You had technically nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but what a lovely, quiet afternoon. Pun-free.
I totally meant to do that.
Obviously, the Yakuza quiz was very good fun for me and no fun for anyone. Well, there's a theme here, actually, isn't there? I think of...
Well, technically, I shouldn't actually remember the Yakuza
No, because it was in my mind, yeah.
But I do.
Hello and welcome to Camarocho, No You Didn't, the show that puts the round in Roundhouse, where contestants can be in with a chance to win a luxury Yakuza Zero hamper.
And it felt like an actual nightmare. It felt like, when you felt like you haven't, when you've got a test and you haven't studied and someone's literally speaking at you in a different language and all you can reply in is Latin. That's it. It was that kind of nightmare, being asked about Yakuza by you.
Do you feel like you learned anything about Yakuza?
Nothing.
Other than nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Literally nothing.
No,
Good.
I can't remember any of it. You were so vague. The spicy knife.
The spicy knife, it's actually a super spicy knife, I did say that. So you would have got that wrong anyway, but it's that is actually in Yakuza 0 and it's the Cutie Girl sticks, which are from Yakuza 4.
Of course.
Okay, so that's some of the bad, and I realise it is quite bad. But is there anything you enjoyed? Anything fun?
Well, I enjoyed our quite recent sitting on the sofa eating jam.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, I enjoyed. But
disgusted.
I also really enjoyed working with Monty. Now, with Monty was one of our quite early videos, and he was great. I mean, half the time He wanted to get off the sofa. And we even managed to, yet again, I was tied to a chair, what a theme. But we did manage to get Monty to try to undo me from that by putting a treat in the rope. So there's some behind the scenes trivia for you. We tied a treat to the rope so that Monty would help.
I think
it wasn't very helpful.
Generally though, I think he kind of broke the rule of never work with children or dogs. I think he was particularly good.
He was great.
I made an axe, that was fun.
You did make the spatula axe.
I can't even remember why, but I definitely made it and it still exists.
Yeah.
It was life lessons game tours, so things in games you get to make, and that's obviously not a thing in games you get to make because that'd be exceedingly strange, but that was fun. And earlier on in the year, we got a self-help expert and mixed martial artist to come in and talk to us about the lies that video games tell us about fighting, which was pretty cool, quite in-depth. I think more generally, like one of the things that I particularly liked is the things you've been doing about sort of like the psychology of games. I think people seem to really...
There's been a lot of science. There is a lot of science out there. If you want to find out, I mean, there's so many studies going into how people are playing, how people behave when they're playing, what you're doing when you're playing. There's actually a whole raft of information there that, although when I do these videos and it makes it look funny because I put Matt in a room on his own with a clown and make him cry, which is funny, but there's a lot of really, really interesting scientific research going on into how we work when we game. And there'll be more of that in the new year.
Oh, Matt. Oh dear.
So that's everything that we loved and we enjoyed about 2018, and hopefully 2019, or not even hopefully, 2019 will definitely be full of more of the same. And let us know in the comments below what you'd actually like to see in 2019, whether you'd like to see more previews, more guides, more event coverage, or what we can do, or even more Let's Plays where Matt will definitely probably beat me, or you know, 2019 might be me turning over a new leaf in skills. But yeah, let us know in the comments below. Please drop us a like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this one from Logitech G. If you do already subscribe, thank you. Please hit that notification bell and then you'll know when our next video lands.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Are we recording?
Louise! What are you doing?
What? It's the Christmas holidays.
I've forgotten my line.
We've got a video to make.
Have one more of those just because I feel like I did a weird thing with my eyes at the end.
Okay.
Sorry. I feel like I'm like
old weird eyes over here.
Sometimes they just do that, you know.
It's the tape.
You're trying to have a conversation with
And
someone
suddenly
and
it's your weird eyes I can't cope with.
I leave my eyes alone. I think we're good to go.
Excuse me, sorry.
You can't expect me to eat raw toast. Are you trying to poison me? This is raw, Louise. You can't expect me to eat raw toast. Are you trying to kill me?
Yes. Okay, so, there.
That's perfect. Yeah.
But that's not the point. Raw toast is bread.
And this, for the first time, adds in seasons. So you've got spring, summer, autumn.
Oh no.
May I offer you a luxury peanut?
That is a not.
I'm going to do it in exactly that way. May I offer you a luxury peanut?
That is a normal peanut on a tray.
May I offer you a luxury peanut?
That is a normal peanut on a very large tray.
I'm sorry. A Christmas elf for the my beard's falling off. My beard, it chokes me. The beard has betrayed me.
Don't worry. Oh.
Monty, you cheeky pup. Come on, up.
Don't worry, Monty. You can listen again. It gets better. Come on, up here. Okay.
Oh,
okay, that's more like it. Okay.
That reminds me. Wonder where Louise is. Who cares?
You're a cover your ears and then I'll give you the treat, okay? Okay, you have the treat you can have the treat just now. Okay, right, now stay here, stay. Don't worry, Monty, you can listen again. It gets better, I promise. Those aren't cheese wheels. I mean, technically they are, but they're tiny.
That's just perspective. I'm actually massive.
I'm literally sat right here. Those aren't cheese wheels. Well, I mean, technically they are, but they're tiny.
That's just perspective. I'm actually massive.
I'm literally sat next to you.
This is so weird.
I really hope people find this as funny as we do. Happy holidays. Oh, Jesus.